case, who do you think the next captain of this team will be, whether it's this season, next season, or whenever?
I was kind of hoping we weren't going to start with these guys, although it makes sense. I was hoping we weren't going to start with these guys because the one team on this list that I say should 100% not have a captain next year. I think that they should hold off. That's huge shoes to fill on this team when it comes to captain. There's always been, a superstar captain on this team and a guy who holds that position for a long time. I'm thinking Getzlaf most recently, obviously. So I would prefer that this team doesn't run with a captain next year, especially considering they alternated all their alternate captains last year. They rotated them rather. And I don't know if there's a guy that really sticks out yet. If you're twisting my arm and saying I have to pick a captain for next year, I say pick Henrique. He's only on the team for 2 more years. And by then maybe you have a Trevor Zegras or a Drysdale or a McTavish even available to pick as a captain. And then you have kind of a young superstar be your captain for the next, decade.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're on the same page for this one. We don't think there's any clear choice because they're kind of waiting on some young guys to take the next step and, kind of fill those shoes. Because like you said, they're very large shoes to fill. What I wanted to do too that I forgot to mention is kind of do exactly what you just did. Say whether you think they will name a captain this season or not, and then pick who you think the best fit could be type thing. So you kind of did that, which I think makes sense. It's the natural progression when you're having a conversation like this. I get the idea of waiting for those young guys, but if I were to pick one guy who I think could fit in, on this team as a captain, I think it's Cam Fowler. He's one of 3 guys who is signed past the next season after this one. Only 3 guys, Ryan Strome, Frank Vatrano, and Cam Fowler. Nobody else is signed. Cam Fowler is in year 5 of an 8-year mega deal as, one of their steady, one of their best defenders. He's been there forever through good times and bad. And I think if you need a stopgap between, for the next 3 years, I think he's the guy. And then after 3 years, he's like 33, 34, whatever. And then you have the conversation. Do you bring him back, but in a lesser role on the ice, keep the mentorship presence, but then pass it off to a guy like, Zegras, McTavish, whatever. So I thought Cam Fowler made sense.
Yeah, I think Cam Fowler makes sense to everyone except the Anaheim Ducks, it seems, though, because correct me if I'm wrong, he didn't even wear an A last year.
That's something I'm not too sure of. I haven't watched a ton of Anaheim games.
Fairly certain, and that's why I didn't actually go with him. Is if you're not wearing an A and you've been there for X amount of years already, it's like, I don't know, maybe it's just not the fit.
Yeah, fair enough. Another guy I did, sort of mention in passing was Ryan Strome. Could be an underrated pick because they just signed him to a 5-year deal, and he has worn an A in the past in New York, so that could be something that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's kind of a guy he's been around now. He's kind of has that veteran tag on him as well, so that would make a lot of sense. And he is kind of locked up now, so
yep,
I can see it.